Hi, my name's Dan Nichols. I'm here with a friend and a fellow life coach,
Transformational
coach. We all kind of have different labels
Yes.
for that. So,
Yes.
in there, what do you want to be called? Anyway, so I've known Anita for several years. In full disclosure, we've taken some classes, different things together in this arena, and I'm a business coach who happens to be effective at what I do because I engage the life coach piece of me as well. So I bring these two pieces together because when I'm working with somebody that wants to launch a business, I get that so much more of it's about their psychology. Anita, what are your 4 words again? What is it? Help me out with it.
Transforming beliefs, transcending limitation.
Thank you. And
Yes.
just so you know up front, Anita and I just did a session. Anita's been after me for I think it's been a year.
It's
We've been
almost
talking
a year.
about it.
It is.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I've been avoiding it. Maybe I just didn't want to go there. So Anita took me through a process today, and it blew my mind. I guess the part that from a business coach perspective, I'd say, well, geez, you want to stretch this out and get 4 or 5 appointments out of it. But we're talking about, I mean, really within an hour. We had some banter prior to a little bit.
Yes.
We were here a little longer than that. But within an hour, Anita went through to, I was physically abused as a child. Physical, not sexual, just physical abuse. And verbal abuse for sure. Yeah. And it affected me, right? So, and it continues. And Anita had shared with me again last week. She's like, Dan, can you just come sit through a session? I just think there's something that I can work you through, and it'll be, I think it could be really beneficial. And long story short, it was ridiculous. She took me back to being a 6-year-old kid in the shed. And I'd go to the shed to keep away from my dad before he got home from work, because I was afraid that he might be angry or pissed off or whatever.
Your safe place.
It was my safe place. Yeah, it's where I went to keep away from the raging lunatic that may or may not have just appeared.
Right.
And or if I could sense inside the house, after dinner, my dad was he was going somewhere, I would leave.
Mm-hmm.
I was the oldest male in the house. I had an older sister, younger sister. At the time, my younger brother hadn't come along yet at that point. But long and short of it is, that's where I'd go. And Anita walked me through a process. If you want to just kind of share the process a little bit.
Yeah, the reconciliation process where you as your 6-year-old was in the shed, and you as your current 50-year-old is having a dialogue with that 6-year-old part of you, which was quite interesting to me because that 6-year-old part of you, and it's unique for everyone, obviously. And what was unique to Dan's situation was the fact that your 6-year-old was the one that felt it necessary to comfort the 50-year-old self, which was kind of strange in a way. Yes,
yeah.
You did.
And what's so awesome is that if somebody had done that to me, I might have kind of like, blah, 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 a little bit. Anita, she saw it as an opportunity to try to figure it out, and she did. So tell them what happened.
Yeah, and so when we had completed that part of the visualization and came out of it, and I said to Dan, so why was it necessary for the 6-year-old to do that? And you said to me, it's what you've always done. That was your way of protecting yourself because you trusted no one. So that was your way of protecting yourself. And so that was just how your 6-year-old normally acted. And I thought, okay, that made sense. And so we went back into it and basically showed that 6-year-old that you had always been there. This adult, you had always been there protecting him.
Yeah.
So he didn't need to do that anymore. And he could just relax, because a lot of the fear that you experience or live your life through today is what had been set in motion from the time you were young. And so that 6-year-old didn't need to act out in that way anymore. So it was bringing him into wholeness and knowing, okay, he doesn't have to take the lead and act out and be fearful. You have this, you're in control. And so reconciling that moment and giving you the closure in that moment was what you felt was huge for you.
So the big shift for me to share was that I never felt protected by adults, probably not even my own adult,
Right.
until Anita bridged the gap saying, wait a second, you did. Mm-hmm. You did take, because where we had a little difficulty was that at first I was like, well, no, I still don't trust the adult.
Correct.
And you're like, but you've been the adult the whole time that eventually took up martial arts, eventually learned to defend himself, eventually learned, it had to be quick-witted to think through the process. And
Right.
You did all those things. So you're the one adult you can rely on, Dan.
Yeah.
And that was a big freaking aha for me.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, no, what do you mean? No, no, no. And then you got me to connect the dots through this process.
Right.
What you call the process again?
Reconciliation.
Yeah, just reconciliation.
Process,
Good, got it.
Yeah. And that allowed the 6-year-old to be like,
okay with
totally okay with it.
With the 50-year-old.
Yes.
So now from like 6 to 50, I'm connecting these pieces, and that's what I'm feeling inside right now. We're only, an hour away from when we just did that. And stuff keeps coming to me, and I'm feeling more complete by the second as this is processing in my mind, body, and soul, all this stuff. And anyway, I can't say enough about what an awesome coach Anita is.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, great healer. And Anita, you want to give me your website?
So the website is www.beliefs180.com, and it's all one word, beliefs180.com. And you can find me on Facebook with the same name.
Right, and just so you know now, Anita's not super engaged on Facebook, but are you checking it daily now?
I do check it.
Okay, cool. All right, so, but anyway, I can't say enough about this lady. She's awesome at what she does, so we're just born to do it. Amazing. Check it out.